Goeiedag iedereen, ik ben de Trini-Dutchman and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about WOW Air. And I'm going to probably break this video up into a few parts because I don't want to inundate you with a whole bunch of information, especially with things that you may or may not be interested in. So I'm going to break it up into a few parts and talk about some of the main points, the good, the bad, the ugly, with respect to WOW Air. I do speak 3 languages, English, French, and Dutch, but as I am starting out with vlogging and I'm a little bit nervous, to be completely honest with you, doing vlogging, I will probably stick to English for now, maybe throw in a little bit of French every here and there and throw in a little bit of Dutch, but I am the Trini-Dutchman, ik spreek Nederlands et je parle français. So, WOW Air. Well, I was looking online. I needed to get to Amsterdam and I needed to get there cheaply. And I was looking at the prices for airlines and I saw that they were really cheap, like insanely cheap for a ticket to go from Montreal to Amsterdam. So like I was looking around and that kind of thing, and I read worst airlines in the world, and actually WOW Air was ranked the worst airline in the world. Well, I'll save the end for you. WOW Air actually is excellent. I was quite pleased with their service. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. But I will tell you some of the really good points and some of the pitfalls to avoid when you're going with them. So in this video, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the deals that can be had and what you can do to save some money. Now, bear in mind that you don't want to be completely cheap, because the other thing is if you don't spend any money, then the sustainable prices, the prices that they're selling the tickets for, I don't think would be sustainable in the long run. Like if everyone kind of did what I did, then they won't. I don't know. Like I don't know how they can sustain the prices. So do support them as well. I'm not saying to not support them, but I am going to tell you how to save some money. So the first thing you're going to want to do, if you're in Montreal or Toronto, and they will be offering service to Vancouver here pretty soon, is you're gonna want to sign up for their mailing list, okay? If you sign up for their mailing list, they often have some last minute specials, for Boxing Day, Labor Day, any day. They even had specials for Halloween, which was pretty crazy. They said, these deals are so good that they're scary. So, anyways, okay, I'm silly. Sign up for their mailing list, you'll get some really good deals. I will tell you, I'll be completely honest with you, I paid $300 tax in, $298 actually, to be honest, Montreal, Amsterdam. The kicker is that you have to transfer in Reykjavik airport on the way to get to Amsterdam, which is a little bit of a pain because you're like going north and then over, as opposed to going directly from Montreal over to Amsterdam. Okay, sign up for the mailing list. The other thing I could recommend to you is definitely when you're in Montreal, if you're leaving from Montreal, I'm assuming you're Canadian, I'm Canadian, very proud to be Canadian, and I'm going to tell you from a Canadian's perspective. The thing is when you're leaving from Montreal, what you're going to want to do, bring a water bottle with you and fill up water in Montreal, like one of those water bottles that you can fill up. You're not allowed to bring water past the checkpoint, but bring a water bottle, fill up, and buy a couple of baguettes or subs in Montreal, because the thing is when you get to Iceland, it is extremely expensive and they only accept the euro, the US dollar, or the krona, so you're going to watch out for that. Bring a credit card with you when you're in the Iceland airport, because the thing is if you use currency other than their currency, you're going to get change in their currency, and at this point I have 1,000 krona in my wallet that I can't really use at this point, although I am planning on going back. I'm hoping to go back really soon. So those are some of the ways that you can save. $298. Now, how did I snag such a good deal? Well, the thing is you're only allowed one personal item, and that is a bit daunting for some people, because how do they do it with one personal item? And I'm going to tell you about how you can do it if you're interested on getting there on the cheap. Well, what you can do is I picked up the most hideous bag. This is really ugly. I will completely admit it. But I picked this bag up in Ogdensburg, New York. I paid $35 US. And I rolled up my clothes and I rolled up my photography gear, and I was able to bring everything in that one bag. Advantage: when you get to Amsterdam, you have no baggage carousel to worry about, nothing. You just go. And the second advantage is, well, I got the ticket for $300. See, what happens is if you bring extra luggage, then they're going to nail you for all sorts of fees. The other thing too is my reason for going to the Netherlands is while I am practicing my Dutch. So I needed to get there, and I needed to get there cheaply. I completely understand if you need the frills, you need the comfort, you're going for different reasons for business, that kind of thing, then you're going to want to maybe travel either business class, or you're going to want to go with a KLM or Air France or something like that, where you get a little bit more frills. This is completely no frill, gets you from point A to point B. But overall, I would say it's excellent service, would definitely recommend it. Just make sure you bring some food before you get on the plane. When you get on the plane, they only take credit card and they only take US dollar. So I hope that helps. That's the first part. That's the great things about it, just some of the pitfalls to avoid. Tot de volgende keer. And thank you so much for checking me out, and I'll have a couple of more videos. Bedankt, au revoir.